Hey guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay Will. So the first thing I want to do is apologize for the first review that I did on the HTC 10. The first time that I had this device a while back, that was kind of a rushed review. I normally use a device for an extended period of time and then I give a full review. I'll do an unboxing and then I'll do some videos. Again, I'll do all these different videos, but with that particular instance, with the first time I had this, I had a lot on my plate. I had a lot of things to review. So this phone got kind of a rushed review. Well, this time, as you can see here, I'm plugged in and wow, it's beautiful. And I really gave it some extended use and I set it up how I would do all my other phones. I put it in line with everything else and also lowered my expectations a little bit. And sometimes when people give you criticism and comments, you have to kind of pick through and skip over all the ugly comments with name calling and things like that and dig deeper and say, well, did I really give something a fair shake, or did I really give it the attention that I normally give other devices? So with that being said, in the other video, there's a lot of people calling me names and everything, but those people are passerbys from what I saw, because I can see who's subscribed, I can see who's frequent commenters, and there's some people that commented that not normally subscribe to my channel, but with my channel, I always give every phone a fair shake. And with this particular device, the first time I had it, I don't think I really gave it the fair shake that it deserved. So what I did was, obviously I picked it up again, and I've had it, and I'm using it, and I'm happy to report that it's really good. And now I'm going to actually give you my full review once again for the HTC 10. It's your man Jay Will. Man, plugging in with this phone was amazing. Let's get into it. So here's where I'm going to start with the HTC 10. It's where I said it didn't have good sound and it just wasn't good. And I'm starting with the boom sound effect. Now, I started the other video with the speakers, so I'll start this review with the speakers. Now, the speakers on here, the external speakers is set up differently. You have a subwoofer set up down here, and you have the other speaker that comes out of here. So they're trying to accomplish mids, highs, and lows with this setup. Now, does it sound as good as the original boom sound? No, it doesn't. But I listened to the ugly comments and the good comments in the other video, and I got a pair of my best headphones, which is the Osdoms. These are phenomenal headphones. And when I plugged in, what I experienced was amazing, to say the least. Plugging in with this phone, you truly get the boom sound that I missed. As you can see here, boom sound is on, and I actually went through the setup for my headphones. There's a setup that you go through on here when you first plug in the headphones. It'll tell you, hey, you need to set this up to match your ears. And I decided, since I said that I hated the sound before, I'm not gonna do that this time. I just wanna give it a chance. So what I did was I went through the setup. They have a quick setup where you just answer questions or listen to questions, and then they have an advanced setup. And I decided to go through the advanced setup. And so this time around, when I plugged in, I went through the advanced setup and I turned on some music, and that's what did it. The music on this, the sound that you get from the speakers on here, when you have headphones plugged in, is truly phenomenal. I'll go on the record and go ahead and say it's probably the best sounding quality that I've gotten from music from any time I've plugged in any of my phones. So the first initial impressions of this phone with the sound, I only focused on the external speakers, which wasn't fair, because when you plug in and you plug in with a solid set of headphones, these are a solid set of headphones. They're Bluetooth, but you can plug in. I plugged in and I experienced just amazing sound. So for that, yeah, it's amazing, and it's definitely top notch. And yeah, the speakers on the external speakers are not as loud as I would like them to be, but they're not horrible, but they're definitely not the original boom sound from the other speakers. However, when I plugged in, the best sound that I've had from any other set of any phone that I've experienced before when I'm plugging in headphones. So definitely a plus. Now, where I said the HTC shined at last time, I still stand behind that. This is superior build quality. It is really, really solid. This phone feels really sturdy in the hand, and it's a very, very, very nice and well-built phone that doesn't change. I said that in the other video, and I stand behind that in this video as well. You get the boom sound subwoofer type deal at the bottom. You get USB quick charge on here. There's USB type C on there. A microphone down there. On this side, you've got a SIM tray. On this side, you have an SD card slot and a volume rocker and a power button that's ridged. So it's very, very, very nice. You can really see that and feel it. You know that you're touching the power button. They really did a nice job on that. On the top here, you've got the headphone jack. And on the back here, you've got that beautiful 12 megapixel camera. This phone actually has 3,000 milliamp hour battery built inside, 4 gigs of RAM and 32 gigs on storage. And obviously it takes up to a terabyte SD card, but I only have a 200 in here. The fingerprint reader on the bottom is really nice. It's very fast. Initially in my other review, I said that I couldn't get used to this because of the OnePlus. The OnePlus got me kind of used to it, but this phone I was just so used to pressing a button. Well, with extended use, it doesn't even really bother me anymore. Do I like it? Is it my favorite choice? No, it's not. It's not my first choice for a home button because I'm used to pressing a button. But still, all in all, this is a fast fingerprint reader. You don't have to push anything. It just lights right up and boom, there it is. Now this is, moving on to the display, this is an LCD display. And there was a comment from someone, and I'll admit, I'm a humble man, so I admit when I'm wrong, just like because you can see I'm making this video again. But the person said, well, Jay, you had your expectations way too high. You knew that this was an LCD display, and you knew that you preferred AMOLED displays. What made you think you were going to get this great matchup between the two, or that this phone would really impress you? And for that, I say, again, it was a rushed review, and now that I've sat down with this device and have been using it for an extended period of time, unlike before, the display is actually beautiful. You have to fit it to your needs. So when you see the other review, if you notice, I didn't have my, I always do this type of custom wallpaper for all my phones. Well, this is an LCD display, but still, this display, this wallpaper that I made here, it looks great on this display. Yeah, it's not gonna be as black, the black's not gonna be as black, and the colors might not pop as much, but I fit it to my needs, and I wanted these particular colors. It looks really good with the silver body on here. I just think I needed to really give this phone a fair shake with the display. And with that being said, do I prefer AMOLED displays? Yes, I do. However, yeah, I might prefer AMOLED displays, but the fact of the matter is, this is a really good display. It gets really bright in sunlight. It's really good. I can't say that I don't like it. Again, before I didn't really give it a chance. This time, I gave it a chance. So camera quality on here, as I said before in the other video, I spoke about the camera, and I said it, was, okay. Go check out that video. But the fact of the matter is, with extended use, you can really find out about how good a camera is. And this camera is actually really good. Yeah, so it protrudes a little bit, but this design is beautiful. The camera takes really good photos. I have a video sample pop up here, or I'll put it at the end of the video. But this is actually a really good camera. And I think you'll be impressed when shooting stills. You can do 4K with high-res audio, which is the way I have it set. As you can see there, 4K with high-res audio. There's not a lot of phones that can actually do that. The front camera is actually really, really solid. I can really appreciate it. This is a really good phone. Battery life on here is pretty good. Now when I say pretty good, that means I'm getting at least 4.5 hours of screen on time. With such a high-end specs on this phone, you can only expect so much. You can't get this 8 hours of battery life out of a phone with a Quad HD display. Speaking of displays, this 5.2-inch display is really solid. I mean, it is crisp, clear, really good in sunlight, like I said before. Overall experience is really good. Now here's where HTC shines a little bit more. They've got pretty much stock experience here. What they're doing is they're using Google's Android application instead of their own. Now I have installed some of my own because I like some of the HTC things, but however, the only bloatware pretty much was T-Mobile, and I took some of that off. But what you can do is, when you long press, you get this screen here, and you can make changes. You can edit your current theme. They have a theme store. It's pretty cool. There's a lot to be learned if you have uh, this device. You just gotta play with it. I would tell anybody, I guess, because again, I'm human. I make mistakes. I rush into things like everybody else. But you can definitely customize this phone like any other phone. They have themes built in. Now the themes aren't, they're not gonna make you run home and say, "Oh, this is the best." No, it's nothing like that. However, they do have themes that you can actually change to. I'm out here in my man cave and my internet is not too good out here. So maybe I could turn on Wi-Fi. Be able to reach way out here. Should. 5 gigahertz. The 2 gigahertz always reaches, but I like the 5 gigahertz. Shorter range on the 5 gigahertz, but still. Nonetheless, though, the themes are nice. And I'm going to attempt to download one right now. This is just another thing I wanted to say, because Samsung phones, you can customize them with the things built in, but so you can do it with this one. This is pretty hot. Giving this phone a second chance, I found that it actually, the size is great. It's a 5.2-inch display. There's nothing about it that I can't say it's really bad. Like that first review I did, it was not the same review as I would normally do, and it just wasn't my normal routine. I probably see, for those that actually follow me and didn't just stop by, you could see in that review that I actually was, it was almost like I was rushed. I rushed myself through that review because I wanted to get it out. However, like I said, I'm a humble man, I'm human, so I'm willing to go ahead and revisit it again. And I don't know if my internet my Wi-Fi might not be, let me turn off Wi-Fi. Let's see if I can just do it with the network. I got free movie tickets. Nonetheless, even if it doesn't download, that doesn't say anything about the phone. It just means I'm way too far from my router, and that the internet where I'm at in my man cave doesn't pick up too good. However, I like this phone, and you'll probably see more videos on it. Maybe you'll see some cases and tempered glass. Like the treatment that I give every other phone. I mean, when I went back and looked at that other video, I was like, wow, I slammed this phone. I didn't really slam it. I gave a pretty fair review. It's just that I did look at it and I thought, man, I kind of rushed this review. Build quality is stellar. Cameras are good. Battery life is good. The screen is not an AMOLED screen, but it's still good. The headphone, when you plug in, this thing is banging, and it sounds a heck of a lot better than every other phone that I've actually used when I plug in. Now, normally I don't plug in, but that means I tested it. So doing so, I have a lot of phones that I can test, and this one has the boom sound that I missed. I just need to plug in to get it, and that's a trade-off that I'm willing to make. Do I plan on returning this one? Nah, this is actually pretty good. I like the build quality. There's a lot about this that I actually like. Now that I'm looking at it and I've been using it, I really like it, man. Will I blast it like I normally do without the headphones? Probably not, because the fact is, the speaker's not to my liking, but however, that doesn't mean that the speaker is garbage. And I was on several different vlogs, and I've been posting on Twitter and everywhere. And I think the reason I took the approach that I responded the way I did is because people were attacking me because I said this wasn't the best phone in the market. My other review, again, I didn't give it a thumbs down completely. I just pointed out some things that I didn't like, and I kind of ran through that review. But this time around, man, would I recommend this phone? Absolutely, I would. I'd recommend it. I'd recommend this phone. It's $629 with your taxes wherever you live. For me, it came up to about 780 or so. I forgot what it was exactly, but just a stellar design. And so I like it. I think I'll plug in. That's a trade-off I'm willing to make. I'll just plug in when I want to really enjoy the sound from this phone. And I'm pretty excited to actually have it again after using it for a while. It's like, wow, I better go ahead and give my review of this now, because I didn't tell anybody that I've got it again. I wanted to do it without prejudice. I didn't want people to know I had it again And I just kind of went with everything. But in that other video, I was actually looking at all the comments, and I was like, wow, this person is saying something. He's calling me a name, but at the same time, that other part of his sentence was actually pretty good. I listened to what he said. Jay, did you try this? Several different people, did you try this? And there's a lot of people that said they hated it. But with me being a reviewer, I decided, you know what, I gotta give it a chance, man. If I can give other phones a chance, I definitely can give this phone a chance. And this phone has some of the best hardware, and I said that in the other video, it has some of the best hardware that you can find on the device. The screen size is perfect, the size of the phone is just fantastic, and I'd recommend it. In this review, I just kind of touched on some of the things that I kind of downed before, said wasn't that great, but overall, this phone is actually really, really solid. Cameras are just really solid, the screen is solid, the battery is really good. The boom sound when enhanced and turned on with the headphones is just phenomenal, so I can't stress it enough. Let me see, I think I got my theme installed. All right, so let's go to theme, edit theme, let's go to my themes, and let's play ball. Wallpapers, and I won't do the sounds. But the fact that they have a theme store, that's just great. So the theme is applied, and there it is. You can see, I kind of like that, man. Oh yeah, I like that, man. I don't want to do the sounds, but I like it. So there you have it, man. My revisited, updated video for the HTC 10, a fair review. I thought the other review was fair, but some people didn't. And I decided I'm gonna get the phone again, and I'm really gonna give it a fair chance, and I'm gonna actually use it in detail and really give it a long set of usage. So this is the HTC 10, my full review. I appreciate you guys stopping by. And it was a little different still. I didn't go down a checklist, but there were some things that I needed to confirm if I was gonna buy this phone again. And I'm happy that I picked it up again. So maybe I'll give you some case reviews and things like that, tempered glass, I don't know, I'll do something. But it's your man Jay Will. This is actually a solid phone. Take care, guys. All right, guys, this is a video sample. This video is in 4K, but it's gonna be coded down to 1080p at 60 frames per second, more than likely, because that's what I do my videos in. So, this is the HTC 10. It's a quick video sample. This camera is actually really, really solid. I didn't do a separate video sample last time. I was bugging. But now, I'm going to show you just how good it really is.